Right, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video and podcast from Eliteserien Fantasy. Today, I'm joined by Espen to review Gameweek 13, that is, and look ahead Gameweek 14. Espen, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. I feel like it's always some streams I can't join, so always a pleasure to be here talking to you, Karam, and a little bit more excited today since we have this thing tomorrow. So that's perfect. And you, Karam, I see all over your face that you're happy.
Oh, I'm so happy, man. No matter if James missed out or he did not play last game week, I'm excited by the news today. And I shared already on Twitter, but in case you did not see it. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. Norway time, 6 p.m. UK time, we will be having a special live stream with the only guy that we just mentioned, Lakey James. And it took some communication, it took some time to get it done, but I'm more than delighted to have him here, ready to join us and pretty much talk football in general. He doesn't play fantasy Eliteserien, but he can definitely help us. Maybe we can get some info about his fitness. We will see what we can get. But yeah, in general, that's for tomorrow. Today we'll talk about fantasy. So we have now 18, 19 viewers. So I'll say hello to some of the followers. Sabino here. Hello, Sabino. How are you? Jack here. Welcome, Jack. Fantasy Sorlanded. Welcome. Adam Mac. Post 2 points. Jasper here. Mohammed Sharif, I think the first time or the second time I see Mohammed here. Welcome, Mohammed. Neil Baxter, our old follower as well. Welcome, everybody, to this stream. So, Espen, we have a few topics to discuss today. What's going on the show? I didn't send you the memes, but hopefully you know it already.
I do know it, but right now I don't have it in front of me. So if you got it right in front of you, you can go for it.
Yeah, of course. So basically, we will go through the fixtures 17 to 20. It has been announced officially, so we know which teams will play who from Gameweek 17 to Gameweek 20. That's after the international break. So we will look at this plus the next 3 game weeks. That's 6 game weeks. Which teams have the best fixtures then to look out for attacking wise and defensive wise. We will be also looking at the potential impact of the European matches. We know now the Molde, Rosenborg, Bodø/Glimt and Viking will play in Europe for Champions League and Europa League qualifiers. That's midweek next week. So we will look ahead and try and predict what's going to be a fit in terms of rotation for these teams and if it's worth investing in these teams. We will go through the captain picks as well, and of course some questions from your community. So that's I haven't done this agenda before, so
no, I'm sorry. That was my job today, but
no, it's okay. It's okay. So
you made it.
Yeah.
I have a question about your room today, Karam. Are you at home or where are you?
It's the same room, but I switched places. So the table was here, and this wall was the background. And now to get more space, to get the light better, I switched. So that's the door and a shelf with a few things here.
And another thing, I can hear it's something when you're talking in your microphone. I don't know what it is.
It's 33 degrees. So yeah, sorry about that. I will put it away.
It's you gotta survive without it now.
I'll try my best. But it's 32 degrees in the Netherlands, so it's really hot. Yeah. All right, so let's go and review Gameweek 13. I'll go first. 68 points with 1 transfer used. Pretty happy with that. I'll put my team already. No, it's this one. Yeah. 68 points. Makani 7 points. In a game week where only 2 teams have kept a clean sheet, so I'm glad the my goalkeeper is one of them. The other one was of course Odd. Kept a clean sheet against Stabæk. Daland nothing. Christopher Hayden with an assist again. What a guy. Hidheim, he did nothing attacking wise, but he got 2 bonus, which was like, what? What is that from? But thanks. Nothing for Surmo. Vidar Ari Johnson, the legend, finally gets his attacker return. Less than 1% ownership, so 4 points. That's decent in a game where defenders did not score points. So I'm pretty happy with that. Heiga or Hoiga, whatever is that. I tried. I hear it in the Norwegian spell. Huga, yeah, Huga. Huga. 26 points. I think that's the difference between who Captain Zink and Huga. About 6-7 points. Single Knighted 5 points, Pellegrino 12, Akram cameo and a yellow card. Nothing for James, of course, and Junker with just the 5 points. But it's decent. Best game week rank of the season, 1400. Pretty happy with that. Overall rank 535, and hopefully I can break into top 500 again this next game week. Espen, you've done well as well. 61 points, -4, I believe. Open your team here. Yeah, tell us about your team.
Well, last week when I was here, I said I would not go for this, like David Strøm is saying here in the chat, for the Ålesund move with Berisha in. I thought I would not do that because I was thinking getting in Børven or getting in some of those Rosenborg players before Sarpsborg at home and Ålesund at home. But when Børven was maybe not playing from start, I couldn't go there. And with Berisha, I had to do it. Viking is my team. I had to do this now because this might be the only time I can have Berisha, because I will have my wild card soon anyway. So I had a chance to bring him in, and I got a lot of points, 61. I'm really happy about it. Still losing many points to you, as you had a tweet. Which one of us will win? I think the most still think that I'm the one, but the rest of the team, Sinkernagel as a captain was a mistake, but this time I will go Hauge, and then that will be a mistake, so I will never get
stay away from Hauge.
But I got -4 with Maigard and Berisha. So Maigard, he scored a penalty and then he got another one, and he went for the Panenka, so he missed, and suddenly just 5 points. But if I haven't done that hit, I would have James 0 points and Saletros 0 points. So I
it's profit.
Really got a lot of points for that. But the goalkeeper, Mbaye, I had a podcast last week with Amin Askar, player in Kristiansund. He said Mbaye will play for sure.
Sue him.
He's not playing.
Sue him. Get him back on this.
He will never be a guest again.
Yeah, it's trouble situation with Mbaye as well. I think he is fairly well on 10.7%. Is one of the cheapest as well in the game, in a decent team. So it's gutting really. This time they did not a clean sheet anyway, so you will not get too frustrated. But at the moment it was really frustrating. And I imagine a lot of listeners as well have Mbaye. So what are you gonna do with him? You probably sell?
Well, still, I said I have the wild card, so just one more round and then wild card, and I won't use sub on the keeper for this one round.
Yeah.
Okay, if he doesn't play, I don't think I will get a keeper who got a lot of points anyway. So
yeah,
we will talk about the plans later, maybe. Anyway.
Yeah. Before we go to the game weeks, to the games, I'll just give a couple of shout outs to some differential captainers as well. Hesribo captain Berisha for his 24 points. I think it was a bit of concern when Hauge held with the 13 points. But of course, Berisha has equaled him. So that's pretty decent return from Berisha. I can see also Andy Martin. Welcome, Andy. He's very happy as well with Pellegrino captain, I imagine, as well. Many have captained Pellegrino, so well done on that. So this game week was a great one for differential captains. But of course, if you stick to Hauge, you've done well as well. Right, so Bodø/Glimt have dropped 2 points again. Well, not again. I mean, did not drop too many points anyway. But it was a tough game against Vålerenga. 2 goals each. Dunham with a goal, Nasberg with an assist, and a few bonus points for Dunham. So Valeringa, fixtures are appealing. We've got some questions already. We'll cover that later on. But they have Start, Sandefjord, Hardest, and Brand in the next 4. How good is that for Valeringa?
Well, it's pretty good. And the first one who looks like we want in our team is Borchgrevink. But we have to remember he's suspended for the first game coming up. But Dunham as well. If you look at his record this season, he hasn't delivered like wow, but he has some points coming here and there. So maybe it's his time now, and with Eikrem and James maybe away from our team anyways, we have a lot of money to use, and that was the issue with the Vålerenga midfielders, because they were so expensive. But now maybe that doesn't care anyway.
Yeah.
So that's of course a possibility, and I will at my wild card go for someone from Vålerenga, most likely first of all Borchgrevink in defense, offensive right back. And of course, Sarawi as well. Cheap man, young lad, and has played well, but not so much for the goals and assists. I think he's the creator, gets maybe the hockey assist a lot of times.
Yeah.
But for Bodø/Glimt, I think this is their down period. So this is... I think they will be back soon. With the games coming up as well, it looks good for Bodø/Glimt.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure against both Sandefjord and Start, there will be a lot of goals. So we can't think about selling Bodø/Glimt, that's for sure. But losing 2 points again, let's hope they turn around next week.
Yeah, and Molde did not benefit from it. We'll go through the Molde game. So the difference now is 4 points on top of the league. For Bodø/Glimt. Valerenga, I think they are third now still. So that's pretty decent position for Valerenga as well. Another draw, 2-2 between Aalesund and Viking. It feels like it's a draw, but with a taste of a defeat for Viking, because they have been 2-0 up, I think, and basically they did not manage to keep the lead against Aalesund, who are really leaky at the back. Probably they could have scored more. As a Viking fan, how do you feel about it?
Well, of course, first of all, they did concede first, Viking. So Aalesund scored first, and then I thought, oh no, come on, you have to win this. We turned it around before the halftime whistle. Berisha scored 2, so I was really looking forward to the second half. Will Berisha get any more goals? He did, with a tiny offside, so that was not a goal. And then a penalty for Ålesund, and Castro took it. So Castro as well is a great differential, maybe.
Yeah.
He's surely on penalties, even though we thought it was Fridtjonsson's to take. But yeah, it's a defeat as a Viking fan. This was a game to win. But anyway, Berisha scored 2. Had a great game. Home to Stabæk next. I think we will win that one and get there. I think this is a season with mid-table, but get away from those team in the bottom, and we should be happy.
Yeah, and Higheim 4.1 hero is getting 2 bonus points again. Some people will question, like, okay, they conceded 2 goals, but was he that good during the game that he deserved 2 points? Or you feel it's a bit random?
He was not that good, but I think the commentators thought about his age. He's a young player. He maybe was good as his age and like playing Eliteserien, but I don't know if that's the right thing to think. Jonas Berg Johnsen as well, I thought this was a little bit weird, even though he's some of the like creators in the game. We could sit there and discuss this bonus system for a long time, but I don't know if we get anywhere anyway.
No, yeah, indeed. Just to stick with the players that get some bonus points frequently, whatever the way they use. Higheim is someone who probably would get bonus points if in any game where Viking performs. So keep an eye on that. And if you don't own him, then I think he and Dalan are pretty decent enablers. Speaking of which, start. They were leading against Christiansen, but they lost the game at the end. And Pellegrino, Bai, and Crowley on the goals, and Pellegrino as well came again with an assist. 12 points for him. Should be decent, but the rotation of the goalkeeper now, Holmen Johansson conceded 2 goals from start. Do you think now this is it where Bailly would come back?
I wish I knew why he was benched. I can't see why. Like his performance, he's been good. I mean, Aska said it as well. He's been great.
Yeah.
So I think he's back again. But surely those keepers in Kristiansund is nothing to go for. Keep away, because surely it's a rotation risk, and we can't have that as a goalkeeper. So get away from Mbai. And those goal scorers, Kuli and B, nothing interesting, because Kuli might be benched again to Saik, who was great last season again. So Pellegrino, of course, you need him in your team. Even though Start concedes a lot of goals, Dalan is a great player to keep. And Skånes, who scored 2 goals, nothing to keep, because he was subbed in at 70 minutes or what it was and scored 2 goals. So Pellegrino, but I still think if Osbach is fit again, he got injured and subbed out there. We get to learn more about that. I don't know if he's back already, because it was the same injury as earlier in the season, hamstring.
Yeah, and generally with the hamstring, it's really about weeks. So if you look for immediate transfer, then if you want to stick with the Christiansen, Sivertsen, 3.8, 3.9 now could be an option. I wouldn't promote him too much, because I don't know how long will Aspect will be out for, but I would imagine it will be a few weeks with the hamstring issue. But it could be a good enabler. Pellegrino was about time where we are questioning whether, okay, is it time to sell, the need, so on and so on. Now he just answered all the questions. So he is worth his price for sure. And the fixtures are not too bad for Christiansen, like Odd, Salzburg, Sandefjord, Viking, Start, Brann, Allison. Like the next 6, you really need Pellegrino and potentially a proper defender. Now, Surmo offers nothing. Asper could be out. So where would we go? Alvestad could be the one.
Alvestad could be the one. Hopmark could be the one. Aska said he might take penalties if it's an even game. But I think the left back spot is the best one. If Osbach is out for a while, Sivertsen gets in, and he also has the set pieces. He's getting right in there, take the corners and so on. So one of those two. I hope Osbach is ready.
Yeah. Mjøndalen keeps a clean sheet in a while against Haugesund, who is again failing to score goals. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Haugesund is I can't tell the information. I will tell the information when I get it confirmed. But they are one of the worst teams in terms of goals scored. I'm not sure if they are last, second last. They're not far from. They are last. Wow, they are the lowest. They scored the lowest number of goals this season so far. So, you can target the defenders who play against Haugesund potentially. But Mjøndalen, Shaibo Ibrahim comes back with the goal after some time with the assist of Dragsnes. How good is he as well, Dragsnes? He's really good. And Makani with the 7 points, and Solheim Johansen, the captain, with 2 bonus points as well. So pretty decent returns for the defenders. Yeah, what do you think?
I think Dragsnes showed us now in 13 rounds that he is something to go for. He's so offensive, even though it's the right back who has the ball and pass it in. He's there. It's like Robertson and Alexander Arnold. They pass his ball almost to each other because they're so offensive.
Yeah.
But 5.0 and 5.1 for a Mjøndalen defender, it's really hard to get him in. But there's nothing much in defense anyway. And if Aspak is out, Borchgrevink is suspended. I know a lot of players has him. I think they are really, really happy about that.
Yeah, and Harrison don't look in a good form at the moment. So I'll be worrying about Stolas. I haven't seen him making threats potentially, or he hasn't scored any returns yet. So at that price, I think he is expensive for the form of Harrison. I'll be looking at selling because there are so many options. We will talk about them in a few minutes with Rosenborg. But Stolas, I think Lars Nelson is in the chat, says, anyone thinking of Stolas or Ruud? If you have Stolas, would you sell? Because definitely I'm not gonna buy.
If I had Stolas and Velde, someone has asked about that too. Should we sell him now because he blanked against Mjøndalen? I think no, they're meeting Strømsgodset and they're meeting Ålesund, the next two. Surely if you have Haugesund players, keep them. That's for sure. And Ålesund and Strømsgodset are the teams who concedes the most. So of course, Stolas and Velde, if you have them, keep them. On a wild card, maybe if you fit in Stolas, and that's not a problem. But if I look at Ruud or Stolas, I would go Ruud because he may be on the penalties. Odd looks great, even without both Børven and Lauritzen. So it would be safest to go for Ruud, but you need some points. I want to go differential Stolas is there.
Yeah. Speaking of odd, they kept a clean sheet against Stabæk. They did not allow too many chances as well. They looked decent. They, as someone said in the Slack, I can't remember who, but apparently odd, they don't mess Borven anymore. They are stable again. They are getting results. But Bakinga is doing the business. Not the best business yet, but I mean he scored the winner, so that's enough for now. Is he someone? Because it seems like this game week we've seen a lot of cheap strikers coming back on score sheets. Ibrahim less than 6.5 million, Bakinga less than 6.5 million. Is that something gonna attract us again to get a? I would say you would keep Junker, of course, but with James Borven issue, would you consider them at all? And if so, as a second or third striker potentially?
Well, in my last episode and our podcast this week, we talked about formations, and we think 3-5-2 is surely the best one. So you have Junker up top, and you need another one besides him. And then the question is, okay, Salvesen, he misses so much chances. Do you want to have him? He needs like 15 chances to score a goal. And you have the Molde strikers. You can't touch them. If not, James tells us something tomorrow that we don't know. And I can't see who to have beside Junker. So that's the hard part.
Yeah.
And then of course, this is the spot to go differential. If I have to pick now, I have Berisha. So yeah, I will stay with Berisha.
Yeah.
There's so many choices. Fred Jonsson in Ålesund. You can go Shuaibu, Ibrahim, you can go Bakenga with the odd scoring goals. Bamba, but he is missing.
Mauer could be interesting. David Strom in the chat says Mauer could be an interesting option as well. His pace on the wing, he causes a lot of troubles to the defenders. Maybe I was chatting with someone on Twitter this morning about expected goals for Maigard and how he is underperforming his XG by about 3 goals. And one of the reasons is, of course, because he missed 2 penalties already. He has a goal threat from set pieces, but he's not that great from open play. But again, someone said there like a valid point, like Maua's pace could cause a few more penalties as well. So Maua, he is good. He doesn't miss as many as Salvesen. Could he be an alternative as well? I think he could be if you look for a differential, not named Salvesen. then Mauer could be someone.
Yeah, he could be someone, as David Strøm says in the chat, as long as he starts setting those chances. But I think for Salvesen, I think he is a bad finisher. But Mava, I think actually he just has to score some goals, and then he is on fire and will score more.
Yeah, it's about confidence, right?
It's confidence, yeah. But my goal, missing 2 penalties now, I think Salvesen is the next in the line to take those.
Oh,
I don't know. I think it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, yeah. Oh, interesting one indeed. Right, so we will start where we ended off with the Stromgrot set. What a game against Sandefjord. 7 goals in that game, and it feels like penalty after penalty after penalty. Like everybody coughs in the penalty box. It's a pen. The referee was giving it for fun. But as you said, Maigard scored one but missed another. And the same thing for Sandefjord. They scored a penalty. They did not miss. So 3 penalties in this game. But there are few names as well. Cheap strikers strike again. Dusais, 5. How much is he? 6 or 5 million? 5.5. 5.5 million. Rufo is in a fine form. Another goal for him today. The wrong Norman Hansen, the wrong brother. People are investing in the stubborn guy, but the Sandefjord one, he scored the winner in the 93rd minute or so. Vidar Johnson with an assist. Some names here and there. Where to look out for? Sandefjord, actually, I quite like them. For some reason, I like this team. They are not the best team. They are not potentially mid-table team. But they are solid. They keep it tight. I don't know what happened in this game. Like, allowed 3 goals against Stromgrotset. But is there anywhere to look out for in Sandefjord? The fixtures, I think, they are tough. Like, horrible as far as I remember. Like, Bodø/Glimt, Vålerenga, Kristiansand, Mjøndalen, Stromgrotset, Molde, and Bodø/Glimt. They face the top 4 in the next 7 game weeks, which is pretty rough.
The 3 first games is rough.
Yeah.
Kristiansund will score, I'm pretty sure. Bodø/Glimt will score.
Yeah.
And away to Vålerenga is confidence and on fire as well.
Yeah.
Hard fixtures, but like you, sitting with Jonsson, a defender playing as a winger, always you can get something. He's on corners as well. So
yeah.
So he's a great man to have in the defense, but if you play 3-5-2, I don't know when you will start him. That's the question, though.
Yeah. In my case, I have Salitros. It's a dead spot at the moment, so I'm feeling like I have to start him. So I'm starting him against Bodø/Glimt just because the fact that he can score. He could get 0 points because Bodø/Glimt can score 4, but he has that potential to score something. So and he got me 6.
It does.
Yeah, 6 points, 2 points, and 4 points. So 3 returns in 4 games. Legend. What do I? Yeah.
I think you should. I was looking at your team. We will see it later. But I saw you had Dalan on the bench and Jonsson starting. And I thought, but then I thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't think Dalan and Start will keep a clean sheet. And Dalan to score. Yeah, he's good on corners and so on. But it's most likely that Jonsson will get an assist or something.
Yeah.
Bodø/Glimt.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. We will get into it in the end of the video. But let's go to Rosenborg. We've got news today from the official account that Trondsen has played his last game for Rosenborg, and that means they don't have a left back. But the good news is that Hedenstad is fairly close, if not fit, already to start next game week. So speaking of defense, Ritan and Hedenstad could remain as fullbacks. Ritan at 5.9 looks really decent option. They are in fine form, that's I can tell. They play Alessand, Mjøndalen, Stabæk, Stromgrotset, Harrisand, Alessand, and Odd. Oh my, the 7 game weeks are excellent. But where to go? Defenders, midfielders, Borven. Is he gonna play? Islamovic, he scored, so last game week. So A lot of questions about Rosenborg, so let's go through them line by line. In terms of defense, what do you look out for?
Not with the defense. I think we almost need this game against Ålesund. I know many will, as soon as possible, get in some Rosenborg players, but maybe against Ålesund, and you can stack up with the defenders later. Because if we see already this game that Hedenstad is playing as a left back and Reitan as a right back, you know for sure we can go Reitan at the 5.9.
Yeah.
Or Reginiussen is safe anyway. So of course, if you want someone now, I would go Reginiussen to be safe. If not, I would wait a little bit to see who is left back, who is right back, and so on. So that's my answer in the defense.
Okay, the midfielders, seems like we have not too many options, but Sida and Holse performed last game against Salzburg. Zachariasen as well scored, so it seems that the midfielders are more exciting than the forwards, I should say. Would you go to one of those? And Haaland, where is Haaland? Where is the question is
suspended, so he's back now.
Oh, okay. I actually missed that. So he could be back, but over whom? So who is gonna lose his spot, Holse or Sida? Which one you would prefer? Because I looked at the last 4 games for Rosenborg, and they don't have a stable front 3 apart from Borven. Haaland, when he was available, he played. On the left wing, there were 2 games where he started Sida and 2 games where he started Holse, and that's largely because of the conjunction of the fixtures. They were playing midweek and then weekend and midweek. So both wingers rotated their place. So what do you think of Holse and Sida?
Well, Adegbenro is also most likely back to this game. So to go a winger in Rosenborg is a big risk. But for me, who has a wild card after this game, I'm pretty sure Holse and Seid will start against Ålesund. Only problem, of course, if they don't perform, subbed after 55 minutes or something with those heavy hitters sitting on the bench with Helland and Adegbenro. The next game, you have no idea if Holse will start or Seid will start or any of them at all. That's the issue here. Go some of them or go safe with Zachariasen, who, he gets some points here and there, but it's not that often. And
no,
I don't know if I want a spot with Zachariasen just to have a Rosenborg player in those fixtures.
Yeah. Now I think if you still have the wild card in which you have to use it before Gameweek 15, so once Gameweek 14 is gone, deadline is gone, you have the last chance to use the wild card, and you look for 1 game week punt. I think Rosenborg versus Allison is a perfect game week. It's a perfect buy for next game week. Whether you choose Sida or Holse, I would think of Sida as a left wing more nailed on than Holse, because Holse and Haaland mainly rotate their place. And I would imagine if Haaland is fit and back and ready, I think he comes back into the 11. So I feel like Holse might drop, actually. Well, I can't be sure, of course. So Sida at 6.3 or 7.4. Wow. Oh, okay. That's quite a price for him. But hey, it's a gamble. It's a punt, I would say. But if you want to look for a cheaper one, I think Holse at 6.3 could be something. So tricky one. That's the thing. We're not even confident. I'm not even confident to promote Rosenborg assets against Allison. I'm sure they will score goals, but who's gonna score? You never know. Borven, I mean, tomorrow we'll have the video with James. Hopefully, we can know something about his fitness and illness. But if I decide to go to move on and go for Borven, can I go to Borven again after everything happened? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. even
Pretty
against
sure he has to start. Islamovic has to start now. It's been a while now. They said that we will go for Berven every game to check him out. But that's a while ago. They said that. Now it's been a lot of game weeks, so he has to start soon.
Yeah.
And as David Strøm and Andrew Martin is saying in the chat, Holsen said it's risky picks, and I think I'm in a good position with a wild card because I can choose one of them and maybe get a haul in one game and then
move on. Yeah, exactly. All right. So I'll leave it up to you guys to decide with Rosenborg, but that's probably where we look at. I think for the long term, if you look for defender, that's one of return or hit instead. And for midfielders, I can't go for punts really. I can't go for long-term investment. If Borven like hits the ground running, which that did not happen before, which did not happen at Rosenborg time, then maybe I can invest in him, but not before now. I think I will skip him even against Alessand. Watch him running hat-tricks. The last game of the game week is Molde. Lost Brand in a game where we thought, how would Brand line up after the sack of the manager, a new management, a new mentality, and Molde tried everything they can to win the game, but they didn't. Bryn Jelsen, he cannot stop scoring. Christopher Hayden, he cannot stop assisting. Wolf Akram cannot stop benching, bench, and James cannot stop being missing out. So being sick. So Molde lost a lot of key assets. 70 minutes. Akram played only 30 minutes, 29 minutes. But do we know more about Akram and his Achilles issue? And Molde, Bryn Jansen, is he the one? Is he the way to go?
We don't know anything more about Akram because he's on check this week, I think, somewhere to check his Achilles. And James, I think I got a message now that he has said that he is not ill anymore. So he will confirm that tomorrow.
Okay.
Bryn Hilsen, he scored some goals now, and he should be a starter as he has performed. But suddenly he's benched, and I don't think in midfield it's so many options. Bryn Hilsen can't be one of them. So if you want someone from Molde, I still think Linde is the way to go. But he's a blank in Gameweek 17, so then you have to use some more money on your other goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then it's, of course, you have Haugen. I think he is the first pick on the left back, but we know anyway that he will be rotated sometime with Kitolano.
Yeah, and Molde plays, of course, this weekend, first game, so we will get to know the team sheet. It's great news with the announcement that of the next 6 game weeks, we can know the team sheet of Molde 4 times. Game week 14, 15, 17 and 18, I believe. So there are a lot of game weeks where we will get the Molde team sheet before the deadline. So that's great. And of course, game week 17 is not far away. You have to start planning at least to prepare whether you want to sell Molde assets, you bench them in game week 17. In my case, I'm on 4 assets, so I'll be maybe over-invested already. So I have to look for some sells. Sell, for example, Haida at some point, or Akram, because they play midweek in Europe as well. So for sure, who starts the midweek game could be potentially playing the Europa League. So let's say James is fit and he is fit as well, who starts on Saturday. Maybe James will still be preferred for the Champions League qualifier, but that means that the weekend after, he will get a game. So you'll have to sort of like wait first for the team sheets and then make a decision on that. But that's what I'm going for. Wait as long as I can with Molde assets and make a decision to keep or to sell in the right time. You will have the chance to find that out. All right, so let's Gameweek 14. Captaincy. So let's start with the Saturday game, the only game on Saturday, Molde against Salzburg. Where to go? Do we know who's gonna play with the Murole? Do you want to look for someone, because Salzburg looks a good fixture for Molde?
Yeah, it does. But Salzburg lost 5-1 to Rosenborg. But the first half was great. I thought Salzburg will win this against Rosenborg. And the game before, of course, it was Ålesund, but they won that one, of course. I would not look for captaincy in Molde anyway. If you see that James or Akram or both of them start, I would still not go for the captaincy. It has to be in Bodø/Glimt anyway. So the only reason to watch the lineups is, of course, if Akram starts, if James starts. If not, maybe time to get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, of course, I agree with the Bodø/Glimt options. Sandefjord is very good fixture to ignore as well. Question is, which one of Bodø/Glimt? Again, we will ask this question probably every week. So last game we Høyre held, and Sindre got an assist. Who's gonna hold next time? So is there any way to at least predict that? We tried with the Arco a few weeks ago with the home and away form, busted. Like it's completely the opposite since then. So where would you go for?
Well, I planned before last game week that game week 13 I go Sinkernagel. Okay, he just got an assist, but the game after I was supposed to go Hauge. I will stick on that. I think it's come to that place that nothing matters anymore. You can't start to think about, that team is more defensive, that team will press high, that team will, because I don't think it's it doesn't matter. You just gotta go for your guts and pick the one you think will get the most score. But now we got down to 2 then.
Yeah.
Junker, it's been a while since he's hauling. So Sinkernagel or Hauge. Last 2 game weeks ago, everybody said you got a captain Sinkernagel every game week.
Yeah,
we'll finish. That's the thing to do. But now everybody says you got to go for Hauge all the time. That's easy. Go for Hauge.
Then pops up Junker. There's no way you can. I mean, shout out to Sabino. He's also in the chat. He says, I went Hauge last game week and Sinkernagel the game week before. Just a flip a coin. And it worked out very well for him. So tell us, Sabino, who's your captain going to be? So we follow. To me, I reached a point where, as I said in the last stream, it will even out. So now I took, if we start counting from last game week, I took a bit of advantage as a Hauge captainer over Sinkernagel. But I would be expecting next game week or the game week after that Sinkernagel will outscore Hauge. Can I know that for sure? Can I get it right? Probably not. So I'm backing the man who's backing himself, and Hauge is permanently captaining himself. So I feel like as a fantasy manager that of course Hauge plays for the club, plays for the fans and so on, but surely there is a little part of him is playing for himself, for his goal scoring, for probably the fantasy team as a consequence. So I feel there is a little part of it that give him a boost, extra boost, positive boost to help the team as well, and get as many wins as they can and get the title potentially end of the season. So if the man is backing himself and he's a bowler, so if he gets points, he gets bonus points as well. And that's why I'm probably gonna stick for Hauge unless he completely like to dry of goals. So that's how I look at him. But I have an eye on Junker. He's due a haul. He's getting a chance. He missed the chance of the season last game week. A sitter from like half a meter. So he's close. He's close for sure. Right.
Maybe it's a game. Maybe it's a game that Sandefjord are really defensive. compact and nothing will go through, and the only goals who comes up is the tap-ins from Junker.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, it's very difficult to find that out. We tried our best, and hopefully we helped the manager to figure out a way to get that. All right, so yeah, other captain options, differentials maybe. Who Christiansen are playing? They're playing odd. Odd seem in a good defensive form. Would you be looking at Pellegrino again as a differential captain?
Not for this game week. Odd is too good at the moment. So yeah, of course, Pellegrino might score 2, 1 goal or an assist or something like that. But I think it's too differential for this one. Last round, it was a little bit open. Home against Start, great possibility to go Pellegrino.
Yeah.
But this round, I think no. Only way I think possible to go away from Bodø/Glimt is if you know for sure someone for Rosenborg are starting against Ålesund.
Yeah.
Try to go some of them.
Well, that's the next captain pick I'm gonna mention. So a couple of weeks ago, Lauritsen held against Ålesund, and the last game week, Berisha held as well, and then next game week it's Rosenborg. So can we look at Borven? If I think he's gonna play. I don't know. Do we have like enough courage to? I don't own Borven, but am I brave enough to bring him in and captain him over Bodø/Glimt players? Probably not. I'm probably not. But certainly there are some managers are willing to take that risk. So Borven could be a decent captaincy options on paper against Ålesund, but the form doesn't help him. So Operation Target Ålesund, is it disrupted this game week?
If you look for a striker, I think yes. But if we got confirmed who is starting at top, Islamovic or Børven, I think both of them can be the captains for just this week and then get away again. So again, for those who has a wild card, you can get in anyone that you want just for this game week. But bring in Børven in a transfer just to check him out against Ålesund, and then it's like last game, 5 goals, just the fantasy assist. That was the only thing he made last game, and nothing else in Rosenborg the whole season. So I wouldn't go there. And David Strøm is asking Captain Zachariasen.
No.
As FBL Viking mentioned here, he's here, Jakob. He said 5 goals in 7 games. Yeah, okay, but if I go a captain from Rosenborg, you can target Ålesund, of course, but I will go some of those 2 young lads who performed last game week. I would go Said.
Wow. Say the captain differential option. That would be maverick. But who knows? Who knows? Right. So I think that's it. In terms of captaincy, I'm not sure if I don't know. Do you want to look at Bran? Who's Bran playing? Bjørndalen. They're not in the best form. So Kromsoon, there was some news today that he got a slight injury during the training, but also he continued. So keep an eye on that. Maybe we get some more info between now and Saturday. But for the holders, is he a keep as well? And maybe a differential captain. Although now he's regressing. He was clearly outperforming his XG, his chances, and now he is evening out. So I'm not sure whether we should go there.
I think we should. If you don't owe him, I don't think no rush to get him in. But last game, 2 great chances. Should have got the ball from Bamba and scored in an open goal. He's still there, and the fixtures okay. Next 3-4, and new manager. Something is always some more energy. There's and another man who both Askar and Fantasy FK, the other podcast, mentioned in Brann is Fredrik Haugen, 7.8. Did perform anything fantasy last year, hasn't done it yet. Yeah, he got an assist last game, but this game he was more offensive. He was in the he was in front of those three players in the midfield, center midfield. So maybe he's a differential at some point, but of course don't bring him in yet. But I think Brann is a keep Brann players.
Yeah. All right. Sounds very good. Let's move on to another section now. So I will just put here the ownership for the top 1,000 as of last game week. It's a small note here that the data was taken after the game week deadline. So that includes a lot of purchases for Hega, Pellegrino as well. So there's some changes from what was actually before the game week deadline, but it still gives you an idea of how well owned some of the players are. So Makani and Linda are still top. Aspak, of course, he got injured, so I would expect that to regress a bit. Hank Olsen, although he's suspended, he was still fairly highly owned. Oh, he's back. Sorry for that. He is back last game week. He is highly owned, 58% of the top 1,000. Titolano is still there. Alvestad, Sulheim, and of course Aspat I mentioned. Singernagel, 132%. That's the highest captain pick. Pellegrino, 107%. Could have been maybe less than 100% before he holds. Heiga is still at 98% and surely was much lower than the game week just passed. So that makes a big difference for who captained Heiga. Hussein is still there at 51.5%. I think he finally did not score from his last 2 shots on target. He scored like 7 goals from 7 shots on target, but against Brann, he had some shots that did not go in. So I think he is also one of the guys who started to regress, I'm afraid. Kumsun is still highly owned at 41%. Junker, 101%. Borven is still up there, 31.5%. And Uhi, surprisingly, 23.4%. The reason I think that Borven is still high up is basically probably there are not too many players who are worth the switch. James was L, not many great options. Maybe Salvesen will increase in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But 31%, he could do damage against Alicent. That's a little bit of a worry, to be honest. Next, I will just show that's the captaincy. In a graph, so I've just touched on a lot of names here. And then the next 7 game weeks, actually 8, between game week 14 until 20, I should say. So FPL Simov has updated the sheet, the tracker, the fixture ticker. Fixture ticker, yes. And of course, you can see Sea of Green for Molde, Bodø/Glimt, and Rosenborg, who have enticing fixtures. Christiansen as well, and then Stabæk, fairly good fixtures, as 5th best, perhaps. Viking Vålerenga fixtures improve, at least for the next 4 for Vålerenga. What do you think of these fixtures, especially for the mid-table teams like Vålerenga, we just mentioned already? Viking, potentially could be good options. Stabæk and Strømgodset in the next 2.
First of all, we mentioned it. Vålerenga, next 4 looks good. Then Molde and Bodø/Glimt, but for now, Godset, well, they have some good games as well. They always scores, but they always concedes as well. So there are always a lot of goals in Strømsgodset's games. And Brann with a new manager the next 3, maybe 4 if you take with Vålerenga. That's why I think we should still keep them for a while. And Haugesund to keep what you have, since they have 2, 3, 4 games to go for. And Ålesund are on the lowest rank there, but after Rosenborg, they have Haugesund at home, Start away, Sarpsborg at home, Viking. I don't know if we will find those strikers any longer. I don't know if Vadji is fit, he can do some damage against Ålesund, but we'll see.
Yeah, indeed. And bear in mind that Gameweek 17 has 2 teams that are blanking because they played the double Gameweek Molde and Start. So you have to keep in mind how you navigate this and how well prepared your bench is. For me, for example, I'm in a miserable situation with Salitros gone from the league and Hestad, who is a 1-point machine guaranteed every game week. So that's not good enough. So it depends really on your team. Finally, let's go and check our teams. Espen, I put your team in, and as I can see, Riga is your captain, Single United is your vice. How many transfers you have, and you are close to hit the wild card, I would assume, after the deadline of Saturday.
Yeah. My plan, if Akrim starts, he will stay there. And then Maigor was one game punt. I got him in last game week, and then out again for Said in Rosenborg.
Nice.
If Akrim does not start, I have to think about taking another hit. Because I don't want Maigor. He was really defensive, and we can't think that they will get another 2 penalties. And even if they get it, I don't know if Maigor is taking those. So then my thought is maybe to try this one round to go double Rosenborg, both Holse and Seid, and hope that they will get another chance home against Ålesund. And then I just gotta hope that Osbak is back. If not, I hope Betten Hansen will play for Mjøndalen again. But it's Morten Baye as a goalkeeper as well. I will not look at defense after the round anyway. So I will front 7. That's what I'm gonna do something about.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. As you are close to hit the wild card, probably you can call Askar Saturday at lunchtime. It's like, hey, Baye is playing or not? I can't. I can't get another benching, please. I don't have a keeper. But it sounds very good plan and decent team, and you are in a strong position as well that you kept the wild card. Rosenborg are really good. They have very good fixtures. I'm not sure about the form yet, but if you are gonna wild card, probably you can invest there as you wish. Yeah, good luck with that. My team is here. So Makani in goal, Surmo, Hidheim, Hayden, and currently I'm starting Vidar Johnson against Bodo Glimt, purely because he can return some assists or a goal. And I don't think that Daland will keep a clean sheet, but he offers that threat from corners. He can get a jammy assist, a proper assist. He can do it. The Lord can do it. So I'm still in 50-50 position, really, whether I will start him or not. Pellerino, Heide captain, Single United Junker, and James and Akram are there in the team. Of course, the transfer, I'd like to roll the transfer as much as I can. Pretty much depend on which players of Molde start, which one of the ones I own would be benched that might make way. I raged by Akram after the double game week, which sounded really bad decision. But hopefully he starts. James, hopefully he comes back to contention as well. Hayden, I really hope, but he might be the first one to go if he's benched for Kitulano, because he might play the European game. I might go for Ritan. I think, but I'm allergic to Rosenborg, so I have to really convince myself to do that. But yeah, pretty much Heider captain again against Sandefjord. Just one less decision to think about.
What if Haugen, Akram, and James are benched or not in the squad against?
Well, I would say that the attackers get the priority. So I feel that this season I've taken a lot more hits than I did last season, and generally they did not pay off. But surely, with the miserable bench I have, surely if both of them are benched, then I might go for Sida. I might go for Borven. Just attack that Allison game, but I don't want them long term, or I might do. I actually don't know. It's really tough. It's really tough because I don't fancy any other striker. apart from a Rosenborg one, whether it's Borvin or Islamovic, whoever starts it. But there I get Islamovic in my team. But there are not many strikers that I want. Maybe Salvesen, but what's then? Midfielders could be more options. I think I still like Sida and perhaps probably one of them. I hope they start because I'm looking at the fixtures. I don't like too many of the midfielders either. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Dunham, actually. I forgot to mention Dunham, but Dunham could be a decent option for Akram. Yeah, probably he will be if Akram misses out. We will see.
Actually, I'm looking. I'm at that match. Start against Vålerenga.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
I thought about bringing in someone too.
Cheer up, yeah.
I have Dalan, so I'm just sitting there with my start jersey and wish for a clean sheet.
It's like Dunham scored, yeah, and then fans, no, sorry, it's for my fantasy team. All right. So, Espen, we are closing the 1 hour mark. So, thanks so much for being here with us, and good luck for the next game week. Also, good luck to the listeners. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your decisions, and of course I have to put this as a last thing. Oops, here I covered the screen, but that's a reminder for tomorrow. Please join me here at 7 p.m. Norway time or 6 p.m. UK time in a live stream, especially for Lady James, where I'm hosting the Eliteserien champion, and we will chat. He doesn't play Eliteserien fantasy, but we will chat about football, basically. Fully is about himself as a footballer, how he likes his time at Molde. Some questions already, nice questions on Twitter as well. Thanks for everybody. Keep posting these questions as well, and hopefully it will be fun. And I'm excited. I'm really excited as a host as well. It will be a different experience to host a footballer. So I look forward to that. Thanks, Espen, for this. Yeah.
Thank you too. Looking forward to the tomorrow special.
Yeah, of course. I look forward to it as well. And thanks, everybody. Take care and see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.